Hey, it's Ika here. I thought I'd do a review of some of the, well, just a set from two top RBYNU players and just kind of discuss the games and what I think people should have done and stuff like that. Serpi is kind of just the goat of RBYNU, I guess. ClairDeLuna is someone who's kind of up and coming in terms. I think she's gotten good results um, in some of the individual tours. So this is for RBYPL. So yeah, these two are probably two of the best in the field. I can't remember who else precisely is in the field, but I believe this is like the Ding Dang Dugongs versus the Hipster Hypnos. I've been kind of helping Claire a little bit just on prep and gameplay and stuff like that. My cat's meowing at me, which is probably wants food. Anyways, so yeah, I prepped a bit going into the games, just talking about a bit of the cycles and general stuff. Yeah, directly coming to me for food, but you can't have no food. Unfortunately, you've already eaten. So yeah, we've got Mr. Mime versus Ninetales here. I think this is game 2 actually. This is game 1. So we've got Charizard versus Charizard. Here, generally, you know what you expect is slash or counter. So here, like, is interesting. I see the toxic turn 1 from Serpi. It's like, I don't mind it. I think it tells us, okay, there's a Moltres or something similar in the back, because toxic isn't something that you standardly see on Charizard. Claire goes for the counter, predicting the slash or body slam. Here, I think actually, I don't know how I feel about toxic with Moltres teams. Even though I understand it, I don't generally like it. Toxic, because really with Moltres, I don't think you should be using Fire Spin so much. I know Serpi, I know it is a possibility versus stuff that otherwise can be very difficult to deal with, like Charizard for Moltres. But with Lead Charizard, I think it's fine to just slash, or just attack, even Fire Blast. In general, with Moltres, I feel like you want a Fire Blast. So Toxicking here is like, it's interesting. I understand it. So yeah, here we see Toxic, and then we see the counter on the slash. Kind of like Serpi gets both turns right, which here I'm just wondering if this is going to be a blowout at this point, because Serpi's kind of just reading the game. I'm not sure. This is pretty even, but right here, the Blastoise goes straight into the Poliwhirl on the Blastoise here, and I think at this position Claire should switch out. Obviously it gets good luck with the Hypnosis miss, and the reason for you don't really want to sack Blastoise, it depends I can't remember what this team was, because I see the Toxic on Charizard. There's probably a Moltres, so you want a Fire Blast switch in. But yeah, here Hypnosis hits, Blastoise switches out, he goes into Rat. Nice seismic toss here. I can see the cool idea. So the seismic toss is just going to immediately chip Blastoise down without going for amnesia. So I think the idea behind this team is like to just get Poliwhirl in, get the sleep off, and then use seismic toss versus Blastoise in the 1v1. It does extra damage than Psychic, but it's overall obviously less threatening versus Mime, but most people don't go Mime. So here, misses a pump, which is good. I don't think Raticate is going to be that valuable here because of, well, there's a Moltres and the Charizard that can just use Fire Blast for Fire Blast KOs, but away from this range. I think here, like, I'm just thinking, well, if Moltres just hits a Fire Blast, can hit a Fire Blast, the game is really good for Serpi, I think. Right here, maybe I would have just gone, potentially I would have just gone Blastoise here and tried to wake up once you got the full power, but obviously this is a theoretically better line if you can get it, and just keep slamming with Raticate. Here again, I think you can I'm looking at this and thinking that it's Clef. There's definitely a Mime here somewhere, and one more. Thinking Raticate could be really good because Charizard, as long as you not directly invest Charizard, because Mime is probably here. But yeah, I guess this is a position you want to get into. I was thinking that if you could trade Clef down, then maybe you could get Raticate in, like versus Mime or something like that. But here, T-Ball right play. I think this puts it in range of Hyper Beam of Mime Revenge killing, so it's fine. It's definitely close. Venomoth here, I think is. I'm trying to think. Maybe Mime is not quite in range. Mime T-Ball is not quite in range. Let me have a calc. Always good to use the calc. Mr. Mime versus Kabutops. Okay, no, it's not quite in range. Yeah, I think Super Fan could have been really beneficial. I guess it's Body Slam Hyper being Blizzbolt. But Super Fang would have definitely been nice this game just for the chip on Clef and Kabutops. And yeah, obviously here you're in trouble. This is Hyper Beam, T-Bot here, and I think here, honestly, since you know that it's hard because Claire is in a bad position here. I think I might have played this differently and lost the game, and sacked Blastoise and hoped that Clef, full health Clef plus full health Mime could beat 36% Charizard plus 72% Clef plus full health Mime, and done it evenly that way. But obviously in this particular case, we see the Fire Blast. I think Serpi makes a good fine play here. Then going to Mime. I'm not sure. I don't like that. I understand the S-Toss, but at 26%, I just click Psychic, to be honest. Even though Mime is definitely coming in, because yeah, I can see the S-Toss. The S-Toss is fine play. So we see the T-Wave and Claire's Mime kind of goes off, whereas Serpi's Mime is just useless. And right here, Clef can win. I think you could actually just. I might have risked the speed tie with Mime on Mime here. No, I think saving Mime is actually the right play and going S-Toss into Clef. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see it. I mean, it's playing to the outs really. Obviously, if Claire wins the speed tie here, it's a very good thing, because then you can double Psychic potentially. Here, crit special drop obviously huge, and then because the special drop allows Blastoise to get so many turns to wake up, and Blastoise wakes up On the last turn it can wake up, which is turn number... Well, the last possible turn it would wake up and live. So yeah, I think obviously there was a bit of bad luck with the Venomoth sleep powder miss. I think Venomoth could have potentially come in later as well. If I look back at the position, where was Kabutops in? So Kabutops was here. Yeah, you have to beam here. You have to... Serpi withdraws Clef. Here, yeah, this is... I think... Serpi lets this monster get a little Richu chip for my liking. That's my opinion. When I was playing with Claire actually, and in that, I think we had like 4 friendlies or something like that. Claire played better in these schemes. But still, I think both of them made a few mistakes here. But yeah, obviously, bad luck, and then there was good luck later on, which kind of evened those out. I think straight up, I like the idea behind Serpi's team here, but I think Claire made a big mistake sacking Toys. It just kind of worked out because Hypnosis missed, and then because you got to think of the value of stuff, what's good. But then yeah, obviously Raticate kind of just went off, went Psycho mode. If this was like Body Slam and Super Fang, I would have gone off even harder, because you'd have gotten a Super Fang off here. A Super Fang would have meant you could go Mime and just click T-Bot, which would have meant that you can get Venomoth in on a safer on Clef probably, which would have been far safer to get Sleep Powder off than +2 Kabutops. I'm not sure if +2 Kabutops guarantee KOs Clef with Hyper Beam with Venomoth, because Venomoth is pretty bulky. Yeah, it's still actually a roll, even at +2. Oh, that's +2 Venomoth. Yeah, it's 71.8% chance to KO. So you got the roll as well, respect. So it's probably like 66%. So yeah, even then, missing the Sleep Powder and getting the roll was pretty lucky. So I'll talk about game 2. Here's my disdain for Mr. Mime lead in full action here. Actually, Ninetales is better than Charizard versus Mr. Mime. One, its Fire Blast hit harder, and they 2-hit KO. But the main more important thing is Mr. Mime can't really do its sacrifice thing very well against Ninetales, because there's no electric type weakness. So here you just see a Fire Blast, and I don't like this trade pattern at all, because what you gotta think turn 1, trade pattern for Serpi, because you gotta think turn 1 is that when you lead Mime, you have to have something to deal with you and sack it like this, which this is essentially a sack. Like, you can't, like, Mime is not something you can still use this Mime actually to T-Wave opposing Mime, but you'd have to bring it in after another Pokemon got killed, and it's risky. But what this does, by clicking T-Wave here turn 1, Ninetales is able to deal with Execute. And generally why you have Execute as a sleeper with Mime is because when you sack Mime early on, let's say you're sacking it to Whirl or Moth or Charizard, just to get like T-Wave, spread paralysis, and just and that sort of thing, then what happens is later on in the game, when you've sacked Mime and Ninetales is still there, Ninetales can switch in on Execute for completely free. It's just dumb. Here, like, I just think you can just, like, in these situations, just go Blastoise. Just go Blastoise. It's fine to just go Blastoise or even go Golem. It's fine. Here, the explosion obviously hurts even more because Claire has unrevealed Electrode in this game, but I think the explosion was a mistake. Either ways, because there's no way you're ever gonna sack Ninetales and then, like, you're basically, you know 100% they're going into either Clef or Blastoise or Kingler if Claire has it. She could go into Kingler as well. She's going to go into Resist essentially. So Serpi, he needs to just Quake with his Golem, because then he can bring his Golem later in versus Ninetales, and he's going to get a lot of chances to double potentially into Golem because Ninetales makes Execute useless. So by booming, essentially Ninetales is still full mon because you have Execute. Execute is useless. You have no Mime, and Execute's utility as a Mime switching goes down when you have to switch into Fire Blast from Tails. So yeah, this play, I kind of understand the reasoning behind it. It's like maybe you could pause a hole in a team. Obviously, I don't agree with it, even without seeing Electrode, which obviously once Golem gone, yeah. I think this point I knew that even though Clef gets crit, Explosion actually doesn't kill Clef, so you're basically 2 months down. You're 2 versus, you're 4 versus 5. Let's say 4 versus 5, and then you've got the momentum, and then you've got an egg which is useless. So you're basically 3v5 with the boom from Golem. Here, Poliwhirl is going to come out, and yeah, versus Raticate. Raticate's interesting. Here is a back. Obviously, Raticate covers Poliwhirl well, but at this point, just throw off your sleep. Just Claire's so far ahead because you're basically 5v3, so you might as well just go, okay, I'm gonna go for Hypnosis. Even though the Thunderbolt crit comes out, Poliwhirl lives, and yeah, Raticate is gone. And then here, Execute's gonna come out, but then now you don't have anything to punish tail switching. You can't click Sleep Powder on Poliwhirl. That would be tragic. So Claire makes the right play, just sacks Poliwhirl here, and then yeah, goes into Charizard. See, this could have all been prevented if turn 1 Serpi had just gone Blastoise and gone, you know what, I've lost this lead interaction, I'll just go Blastoise. And it's a perfectly fine response versus Tails. And then just having Golem around in the back was just destroyed in the end game. I think so yeah, even though the double into Mime, double into Egg on the here, Fire Blast and doubles back into Egg on the Mime. But doesn't matter, because Tails is here. So now you have to go back into Blastoise and take a Body Slam in this particular case. You can even go for a Fire Blast. Fire Blast is perfectly fine to go for, because we know Clef is in the back, so nothing is switching into Fire Blast except Blastoise. I guess the power's coming in. Yeah, mine's fine taking the Surf any day, and then yeah, Raticate is useless, so it's sacked. But Claire's so far ahead here that you shouldn't be able to lose, and even sacking Mime here is actually perfectly fine because Trode exists. I think I would just actually would actually just keep Mime even on 26 HP here and just go Tails, because you can, yeah, just go Tails. You can go Tails here because like it's just get another Blastos versus Blastoise, sack hit, sack Tails completely, then yeah, just go Mime and click T-Bolt. And that, yeah, T-Bolt should be able to win the game from here for sure. Right here, like, I think Serpi knows that he's lost. He's just hoping for choke, which is the double into Ninetales. But even that's not a choke, because even if the problem is, even if Serpi predicts the Ninetales correctly, because the back is Electrode, there's no way of winning the game. But I see the out there, and then yeah, here Execute comes in. I think here you can definitely go Tails. Is perfectly fine to do. But sacking Mime, like, you're so far ahead, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, Mime's just gonna Electrode is, you can just T-Bolt. I guess T-Bolt's better than just pure booming, because when you're at this far ahead, you're thinking about 1 in 256 and stuff like that as ways to lose, like double. And Electrode just wins anyways. So yeah, that's kind of the review. I think there was a few things that could have been done better on both sides. As I say, I think Serpi played game 2 very weirdly. I understand, like, a lot of people might question the Blastoise double, but I understand it in the context of going to Ninetales and then potentially being able to bring the game back with your Clefable. It's really hard to do though, because to be honest, here Blastoise is just too low to actually win the game. Even if you get the double correctly, you can just go Mime. You could even go back to Mime. Here, and then yeah, Charizard would sweep up anyways. Anyways, some good games. I thought I'd just that's 2-0. I forgot to sign up to RBYPL, so I just watching games, I guess. I probably wouldn't have, I might not have been drafted anyways. So I might have been doing the same thing as I am now. But yeah, peace.